So today we're going to try multiplying fractions. So I have an example here to show you. So we're going to try 2/7 times 3/5. Multiplying fractions is actually extremely easy because all you have to do is multiply the two numbers together on the top and the two numbers together on the bottom. So numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So for this one, I'm just going to do 2 times 3, which is 6, 7 times 5, which is 35. And that would be your final answer. If you can simplify it, you should, but right now we actually don't have to. It's good to go. So you just multiply the numerator times the numerator, write that answer, and then the denominator times the denominator, and write that answer. So I'm going to have you try this one. So you're going to pause here and figure out what 1/5 times 1/3 is. So you're going to multiply your numerators, multiply your denominators. Sometimes when you're doing this, you don't get an answer in simplest form, so let me show you. So for this one, if I do numerator times numerator, 8 times 3 is 24, and if I do denominator times denominator, 9 times 4 is 36. This fraction is not in simplest form because you can divide the numerator and the denominator by the same number to make them smaller. So see if you could figure out what number that is. There's more than one option. I'm actually going to use 12 because I think that will get me the answer quicker. But you could have also used 2 because they're both even numbers and then kept on going. So I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by 12. So 24 divided by 12 is 2. 36 divided by 12 is 3. So that's my answer in simplest form. So I multiply my numerator times my numerator and got 24. My denominator times my denominator and got 36. 24, 36 was not in simplest form, so I chose a number that I knew would go into both of them, in this case the greatest common factor, and I divided them both out and got 2/3. Now I'm going to show you a cool trick that works every single time as well, and I think it saves a lot of time. This is called cross-canceling. So what you do is you look diagonally across. So if you look here, I'm circling the 8 and the 4, and you're trying to see, is there anything I could divide 8 and 4 both by to make them smaller numbers? In this case, I could divide both of them by 4. So if I do that, 4 divided by 4 is 1. So I'm going to cross it out and put a 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So I'm going to cross it out and put a 2. Now I'm going to look the other way diagonally. I have a 3 and a 9. I can divide 3 by 3 and get 1, and I can divide 9 by 3 and get 3. So if there's a number that you can divide both of those diagonal numbers both by to make them smaller, absolutely do that. Now watch. Now I'm going to do 2 times 1, which is 2, and 3 times 1, which is 3. I get the same exact answer in simplest form. I like this method. I think it's really helpful. So I'm going to give you guys one to try doing the cross-canceling method. See if you could try this one. So again, you're going to look diagonally across, see if there's a number that you can divide the 5 and the 25 both by. If there is, you're going to cross them out, divide them by that number, and write the new answer. Then you're going to do the same thing for the 2 and the 6. See if there's something you could divide 2 by that you can also divide 6 by. If there is, do that, cross it out, write the new answer. Then you're going to multiply your brand new numerators and your brand new denominators. So see if you could try that one. I'm going to do the first one again as an example, just to make sure you understand, and then I'll give some for you guys to try. So for this one, I want to see if I can cross cancel. So I'm going to look diagonally across. There's nothing I could divide 2 by that I could also divide 5 by. The only thing that goes into 2 is 1 and 2. And the only one of those that goes into 5 is 1. So that's not going to help us. If I look diagonally the other way, I have a 1 and a 6. There's nothing I could divide them by to make them smaller besides 1, and that's not going to help us either. So I'm ready to go, and I'm going to multiply my numerators. 1 times 5 is 5. My denominators, 2 times 6 is 12. And my answer is already in simplest form. Okay, I'm going to skip over and try number 3, and then I'm going to have you do 2 and 4. So let's look at 3. If I look diagonally across here, I have 2 3s. I can divide 3 by 3 and get 1. So both of these 3s get divided by 3, and they become 1. If I look at 2 and 7, there's really nothing I can do. I can't divide 2 by 7. I can't divide 7 by 2. The only number that goes into both of them that they have in common is 1, so that's not going to help me. So I'm all done. So I'm going to multiply my new numerators. 1 times 2, which is 2. 7 times 1, which is 7. And now I have my answer, and it's already in simplest form. So you try 2 and 4 and see what you come up with for those. Last one. I want to see if you could try this last problem that I want you to do, which is going to be number 4. So you're going to see if you can cross cancel if you can, and then get a final answer for 4. So try this last one.